There was a lot of talk over the weekend about celebrating the troops. And you know what? That is great. We should celebrate our military and we should celebrate the US Army. This here is the rank and insignia devices that my grandfather wore during World War II in the United States Army Air Corps. I never knew my grandfather, but I did get to meet one of his Army buddies by the name of Bob Jones. Bob became a good friend of mine while I was stationed in San Diego. And before Bob died, he gave me his old Army Air Corps Bombardier wings. If you know anything about B-17 aircrew in World War II, you know that surviving being a bombardier in World War II in the Army Air Corps was quite a feat. My grandfather and Bob Jones were part of the greatest generation. The United States Army has a proud and honorable history. And I say to the US Army, happy 250th birthday. I appreciate the president's desire to celebrate the troops. I personally think a parade was not the best way to do so, but that's just my opinion. Most soldiers don't wish to give up their weekend so that they can parade in the heat of Washington, D.C. But it is what it is, and so I think we should just move on. But I do want to give some advice to President Trump. If he really wants to celebrate the troops, I'm not going to give him any ideas like putting on another parade, nor do I think he should put on another public event to show his love for our military. I simply have a list of things he should not do. And these things, I think, are far more valuable to showing your appreciation for our military than your hand salute during a pass and review down Pennsylvania Avenue or Constitution Avenue, wherever that parade was this past weekend. So here are some of the things you can do, President Trump, to show your thanks to our military for their service. Stop making massive cuts to veterans' health care. Stop deploying troops into American cities without the consent of the governors to, quote, liberate the cities from their elected leaders and use those troops as an intimidation tool to police the First Amendment rights of American citizens. Don't politicize the military by giving political speeches to them with them in the background. Don't fire the military's top leaders for no reason. Don't fire the military's top lawyers for no reason. Respect our NATO allies who fought alongside us and stood with us for 80 years. Do not deport our Afghan allies who risked their lives and the lives of their families to help us overseas in combat. Apologize for calling us losers and suckers. Don't appoint an unqualified and incompetent Secretary of Defense who puts classified information in a text chain. Don't pull money to fix enlisted barracks in the U.S. Army to pay for the parade and the inappropriate deployment of the troops in Los Angeles. Do not rename military bases back to honor Confederate traitors. Do not let your Secretary of Defense ban books and censor teaching at our military schools on bases. And stop saying that the military's leaders are your generals. They're not. The military belongs to the nation. We swear an oath to defend the Constitution, not to you. That's what I would say, how you can honor the troops.